Here's a list of restaurant chains that have permanently pissed me off. Let's start with Burger King. Burger King, y'all got some damn audacity charging as much as you do for y'all's mediocre fast food. First of all, your fries are trash, and they've always been trash, and your onion rings aren't much better. It costs like $35 for two people to eat there, get a couple of medium-sized combos. It's like over 30 some dollars. Best thing about Burger King is the way y'all's parking lot smells. Y'all got a good smelling parking lot. Other than that, y'all need to close it up. Call it a day. All right? That's me having it my way. Here's another chain restaurant that can kiss my entire ass. Cracker Barrel. First and foremost, y'all have absolutely decimated the Country Boy breakfast. What you did to the Country Boy breakfast is absolutely despicable. All right? It used to be you would get a sirloin steak, and it was a decent sized sirloin steak, cooked to order. You would get 3 eggs, biscuits, gravy, grits, hash brown casserole, apples. You would get the side items, the grits, the gravy, the hash brown casserole, and the apples. They were bottomless. You had to ask for it, but they used to be bottomless, and it would be a decent steak and eggs. Nothing to be upset about for less than $12, and you just destroyed it. Now you've changed it to little bitty steak tips, and you got to choose between grits or gravy. Plus, I find out you're microwaving almost every damn thing back there now. I mean, I'm sure it happened before, but apparently everything is microwaved at Cracker Barrel now. What happened to you, Cracker Barrel? You used to be one of the safest bets off the interstate for decent food. Why don't y'all bring me back to yesteryear when y'all didn't suck? Here's another fast food establishment that needs to be taken behind the shed and kicked in the cooter. Wendy's. What happened to you, Wendy's? Used to be at the top of your game. Now it's like $17 for a cold Baconator. Your fries are all soggy. Your drive-through takes 7 months to get through. Dave Thomas would not have adopted this Wendy. He would have disowned her. Here's another place that needs to be Cajun breaded, battered, and beaten with a 2x4. Popeye's Chicken. I used to love you, Popeyes. You used to be one of my favorites. One of the best places to get chicken and sides. We all loved your chicken sandwich when it first came out. It was a huge piece of chicken. Couldn't believe how thick and juicy this huge piece of chicken for this chicken sandwich was. And then you got greedy. It slowly started getting smaller and smaller. Everybody that works there, they act like it's their first day. They don't know what they're doing. It's always a horrible customer service experience at Popeyes. And then the other day, I had some of the worst chicken tenders I've ever had in my entire life. You know how bad a chicken tender has to be for me to not eat it? It was the thinnest, nastiest, dry thing I've ever had in my life. It was like 85% breading. It looked like they had butterflied a chicken tender. It was gross. It made me feel gross in the back of my throat. You ever feel like you're about to barf? I felt like that for like 3 or 4 hours, 7 hours after this. What a gross piece of chicken. Here's another company that's been foot longing us in the butt with their 11 inches. Subway. Subway hasn't been good since it cost $5 and Jared was an upstanding citizen. It's over $20 to eat decent at Subway. It's cold cuts, man. Turkey sandwiches, brother. Why is it so expensive? They refer to their employees as sandwich artists, like they belong in a museum or something. They belong in the trash. The only quality you've maintained is that it still smells nice in there. I must officially say, suck it, Subway. And last but possibly least, we have this gentrified Mexican food known as Chipotle. What was once a pretty decent concept where the food was delicious and fresh and plentiful and cheap, well, they've taken that concept and they've culturally appropriated it into some complete bullshit. Rising prices, smaller portions, long lines, restaurants that look like they were welded out of scrap metal. Whatever happened to Chipotle? Also, this is their CEO. Look at this guy. Look at his face. It's so punchable. Behold the douche that ruin fast casual Mexican food. Chipotle, you and your high prices and shrinking portion sizes need to be deported.